Good morning. If you're new here, my name is Amanda and I am trying to grow a small business called Whimsy Pots, where I make whimsical, nature, witchy inspired ceramics. I think I'm going to take you through this week and we're just gonna get a lot of work done. We're gonna do some throwing for market season coming up. I also have some customs that I have to work on. We're gonna hopefully do a bisque load this week if everything dries in time. And I have a glaze unload to unpack with you right now. I'm gonna do a little bit of social media content and we're just gonna keep making. It is March and market season for me starts in May. So we have about a month and a half to keep making and get ready for the busy season that I have ahead. I'm trying new clay and glaze combinations, and it's a little bit hard to do that when I feel like I have to make like my best things right now. But then like testing things out can be, you know, have varying results. Here's a little custom dragon that I've been working on. I'm going to be hosting a giveaway soon too, because I just hit 2,000 followers on Instagram. So I'm not sure if I should give away one of my desk friends, probably, but I'm just not sure which one I should do. I think I'm gonna let people choose on Instagram and let them vote on it. Another custom that I've been working on. Look how so cute. I love these glazes. These came out really nice. It looks like different kinds of moss, actually. I also got a new stamp for the bottom of my pieces with my logo on it. It has my logo and I kind of rubbed some glaze in there so it's a little bit more visible, and I think they look really nice and a little bit more official, more branded. It's one of my first graffito pieces. I think they came out okay. The glaze is a little weird on this one, but I guess that's fine. And this is a new glaze that I'm trying, and that's okay. I'm kind of hating everything right now. I think it's not actually the pieces. Some of the pieces is I'm really not happy with how I glazed them or how they came out, but I think most of it's just some anxiety about everything's ugly, and but I don't think that's really true. I think part of what it is I don't like the wax that I'm using. I think I need to switch to a latex wax, but switch the brand that I have, because I do have a latex wax and I absolutely hate it. But I waxed wax resist the rainbow here, but you can still see some of the black glaze on it, so it's making me absolutely hate this. It's not that bad, but it's bad enough where I hate it. So if I get a better brand of latex wax, maybe I'll be able to wax them and it'll be nice and clean, and I won't get the glaze on there, but they sure do look pretty in the sun though. These are the ones that came out pretty good. I only have a couple that I hate. Considering it's mostly desk friends, that is a pretty good haul. I'm going to look at everything later with fresh eyes. Sometimes that's just the case when you just keep looking at your things until you hate it, but it's all right. I'm going to post some pictures on Instagram, and then I'm going to get started on some throwing. I just got 100 pounds of clay and it's time to use it. I have customs to make, and then we're just going to keep working on bestsellers, and the goal is just to keep making and stocking my inventory, restocking my retail location, and making sure I feel ready for market season. I think today the customs I have to work on are, I have a potion bottle to make, so I'll probably make a few potion bottles to work on that stock. I'm gonna work on a new yarn bowl design, which I'm gonna give away to a friend. I have a cat mug custom to make, so I think I'll make 4 or 5 of those, so I have some extra stock. And I also should this week start working on some potion mugs, because I don't have very many, and those are a bestseller. So we'll see what I get done today. I'm at least gonna start on the customs, that way those get going, and if I feel like it, if I feel like throwing more, then I will start on the potion mugs. So let's go.
Hey mama, could you get up soon? I get so cold in the other room. Here I am, honey, half awake. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay. Morning star, clear and true. Your honesty could pierce my heart right through. Plans are paper, I'm afraid. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay. Hey Pepper, give us a shake in the newborn grass. You're sure to find a snake. Don't let the serpent change your pace. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay. There's a dream weaver that won't let me alone, and it turns my heart into a heavy stone. Look at the maker in the face. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay.
For you. Each hole needs one seed. It's the next day, and I'm so happy to be working outside again. We bought this gorgeous picnic table at the end of last year. This will be the first full year that I'm using it in all the seasons. So the kids play in our backyard, and I just work on adding handles or any features I need to add to my pieces. So late last night, I trimmed up what we made yesterday, and I have 3 mugs with me and the yarn bowl, so I can work on those a little bit while we're out here. And it's like 65 degrees, and it's one of the first days that I'm working outside. I think I'm gonna start with the handles, so they have a few minutes to start to firm up, so I can maybe even attach them while we're out here. While the handles dry, I added the eyes to the cat mugs, and we are going to attempt to make a yarn bowl. I've made them before, but I'm making a new prototype, and I'm going to give it away to a friend of mine. She can have the first one, but hopefully it comes out okay, because for me in the past, these are notorious for I am notorious for breaking it when I go to carve away the piece. So if you've never seen it before, it's a medium-sized bowl, and then you carve away like a loop here. So that way when you put your yarn in, if you're knitting or crocheting, you can add the yarn in and it'll kind of get caught in the loop. So you don't just have a ball of yarn like rolling around you. So I think before I did like a loop here, and then I did like a kind of like a, not really like floral design, but something like that. I'm just gonna completely wing it.
Drop it.
I loosely carved it, and I'm gonna attempt to cut it through all the way. I'm gonna clean it up once it's a little bit more leather hard. I'm not gonna try to get in and tidy that up right now because I don't want to risk anything happening to it. And I'm just gonna put this back in the bin and let it dry up a little bit. Okay, so it's kind of like a cauldron, and it has these feet here, which are a signature thing of mine. And I added these little handles that are, you know, semi-functional, not completely necessary, but it being a cauldron and all, I added some handles on the side, and I just shoved one of my tools in here to kind of keep these two pieces here together and to not allow this to droop too much. I know from experience that this piece here will definitely start to like droop and come away. It would probably still be functional, but just consistency and more, you know, aesthetic wise, I wanted to try to keep it upright as much as possible. Looks like our handles are about ready to work with. So let's switch back over again to that. I'm gonna start to water test my pieces from the unload that I did the other day so I can bring some to my retail store that I'm in. And how I do that is I reuse the same paper towels every time just to have less waste. I put all my pieces to the side and I lay down the paper towel, and I have written on here 12 ounces, 14, 16, any kind of ounces that your pieces might have. And then I use a measuring cup and I fill it up to the most it can go, which is 16 ounces. And then I fill up the piece to like its limit, which in this piece, I subtract it. It says there's about 6 ounces left, so this is a 10-ounce piece, which I don't have written on here. Oh, here we go. So I'm going to put it in the 10-ounce place. And after I do all this, I'll have them all laid out in their correct spots. Then I'll take a picture from above, and that way when I'm ready to put it on my website, I can refer back to the picture and I know exactly how many ounces it is. So that's getting like two things done at once. I'm figuring out how many ounces are in there, and I am leak testing them, making sure they don't leak before I pack them for the market or I bring them to my retail spot. And this afternoon, I'm going to be dropping at least some of these pieces off. So I just want to make sure that they are good to go. Ideally, I'll do this like overnight, but a few hours before I drop off is perfectly fine. That's definitely enough time to determine whether it's leak proof or not. At least I'm consistent. These are all about 10 ounces. And I'll know if they have passed the test because in a few hours, if I lift up the piece and there's nothing here, it will pass. But if I lift it up and there's a wet ring, perfectly the shape of the cup, then I know that it has leaked. Sometimes if it has had that ring, I will test it again and put it in a dry spot, because sometimes that just means that I accidentally like spilled it or had some water on the cup, and it actually did pass the test, but that was just my fault. So sometimes I'll do it again just to make sure. I'm going to let these sit here for a few hours. I think around 2 o'clock, I'm going to head out to bring these to the shop. That should be enough time to make sure that they aren't leaking. So I'm going to do the restock at the store that I'm in, just a small one, drop a few of these guys off, some of the desk friends that we pulled and the incense holders that we pulled too. And I'm also going to bring a custom that was from that unload, the panda. The little panda that I had is a custom from someone who is a vendor at the retail store that I'm in. So I'm going to bring that to her as well. But I think right now I have about 5 potion bottles to finish up. One is a custom, so I have to work on that, and the other ones as well. And then we will be ready to dry everything for the next bisque unload.
Just like a dream, you and I standing wild and free, with petals so golden, the sun's warm kiss, a love so strong, a bliss. Whispers of the breeze, secrets unfold. It's you that I need, it's you that I want. When the world gets cold, it's you and me. When the sun comes back, you'll see. Oh, dandelion, the strength that you've shown, strong.
I had no leaks. That's awesome news. I'm gonna get my custom order packed up real quick, and I'm gonna choose a few of these to bring with me. I also have all of the desk friends, and I'll probably bring 2 incense holders with me. Maybe like 5 or 6 desk friends to the store. I already have probably like 10 over there already, so I don't want to overcrowd it, but I think I only have mushrooms over there right now, so it'll be nice to bring some frogs and some raccoons over there. The only thing I need to grab is a couple incense sticks, and I need to see if I even have any straws for these straw cups. I feel like I do, but who knows? It's been a few months since I've had a market, so I'll have to look in my storage in the garage to see if I have any. Otherwise, I won't be able to bring any with me, but I'm going to bring one of these Sgraffito mugs and see how it does at the store, and I'm going to save one. I finished up all of the potion bottles. I made their little tops. There was one casualty. I forget what even happened. Oh, I was carving the bottom of it, and I carved too much and made a hole big enough that I just didn't feel like repairing, so that's fine. It was not the custom potion bottle, so it's fine. I also saw that 2 of the cat mugs that I made, the handles cracked off because I probably just rushed the drying process. So the last cat mug that I have drying and all the potion bottles are drying slowly in a bin instead of going right onto the shelf. So I'm just gonna pack up everything to bring to the store, and then we'll head over there. Hi there. It is probably a few days later and I have had these pieces that I just worked on the other day kind of like slow drying in a bin with the lid cracked a little bit, which I'm finding is like the perfect combination of like keeping the moisture and just letting it really slowly dry. I feel like I get the least amount of cracks that way, least amount of handles pulling apart from the mug. When they are on the firmer side of leather hard, almost bone dry, I like to go over all of the like joints one more time and just really push into them and really compress them to avoid getting any cracks. And it's the last time I'm going to look at the piece really until I bisque it. I'm also going to put in my little stamp at the bottom. My shirt says, "What if it all works out?" Because what if it does? I'm going to go over just these few pieces and then I'm going to start to underglaze my cat mugs and get them ready for bisque too, because I underglaze them before I bisque them. And then we might start working on the whistles. I'm attempting to make whistles for the first time. It's really not the first time. I've tried before, but I have not been able to get them to work. So this time I threw them instead of hand building them, because maybe I will be able to get the proportions of the size of the piece and then the whistle part, like for your mouth. Maybe it's the proportions that I'm getting wrong, so I'm gonna attempt to do that. If you have any advice on making whistles, please let me know down below. I've seen, Pinterest things and I've seen people using them online, but there's not a lot of video tutorials about making them. It's something about the angle that I don't think I'm getting correct in the holes and everything, so I need to trial and error, and I think once I get it, I'll get it, but I would love to have it for the Ren Fair. I think it'd be such a cool and unique thing to have. And then I also have some of the travel mugs we made the other day, and I need to start taking off half of the lid and deciding what design I want for them. I definitely want some ladybug ones, so I might start there and then see where else it takes me.
Gets me almost every time in the midst of summer, watching it in full bloom always makes me wonder when we were just kids, bare feet on warm asphalt. Held our dreams within our hands. It happens every time, I wonder how. But I can see my life so clearly now.
I did it. This is a little bit too wet to work with, but I want to add some holes to make different notes. But I'm going to let it dry a little bit. I'm just going to leave it right here like this, and we'll try in a little bit. I'm so excited. I'm going to leave linked the video that I just watched on loop for like an hour trying to get this to work. I'm going to leave it linked below in case you want to try something like this. You can have the step-by-step, because I finally got a tutorial that could show me where I could be messing up. And each time I was so close, but this one, for some reason, had just so much more intel and the secrets behind getting this to work. Yesterday, I did a lot of throwing that I didn't capture on camera, but I have 4 jars and 9 potion mugs to work on, and that's gonna be for my second round of bisqueware. But I wanted to show you an update on my whistle. The full video where I learned how to do it will be down in the description. And I just fully copied everything that she said to do, and it was finally a tutorial that really helped me. But I was able to add 4 little areas for notes. Now this is obviously not tuned or anything, although she said that there are ways to get them properly tuned, but at least there will be some kind of notes or changes in the notes. And I added these 2 holes on the sides here, so I can add a string, and as long as it's not too heavy, it is meant to kind of hold or carry around. Maybe if it is kind of too heavy for a necklace, I could always make this into like a belt, kind of with a smaller chain and add it to the belt, but we'll see. I envision having different sizes of these and making a wall display for them, especially for the Ren Fair. That's just the regular sound. And then with the little notes. Oh my God, I cannot believe it works. I feel like as it's drying, it actually sounds so much clearer and better. It is still pretty leather hard. I'm just trying to let this dry really slowly. And I think my plan is to not glaze it. I'm thinking maybe to glaze it on the outside and just be really careful not to get any on the inside here, as I don't want to risk changing anything and then it not being able to work properly after the glaze kiln. So, but I have seen them glazed on the outside, so I might give it a shot. But I think I'm going to try different things. I'm going to try different shapes and sizes. I love how it came out, and if you're interested in making one, you can totally do it. I tried to make it for months. Oh, it's so good. I'm just going to trim up everything I made yesterday, and then I guess I could start adding handles or toppers to the jars. I'm going to go ahead and start with one of the jars here in case you need a quick demo on how I throw these one form jars. So when I throw it, it is thrown up and I leave the top pretty thick. That way I have enough space to fold it over top of itself. A small tool, I just have one like this, and it has a very squared off edge, and that's what I like because I can then push it into the middle here when this is right after it's thrown, and then I will slowly push it in to make the indent. Then you let it sit and it's leather hard, and I mean leather hard. You don't really want to do this too early. The trick also with these one form jars or anything that is enclosed and it's hollow inside, you want to make a hole with your needle tool, because if air is trapped inside, once you finish the jar and it starts to get bone dry, it will get an S crack right in the middle of this joint here because there was no airflow during the drying process. So because my piece is leather hard now, the hole has, oh, I also put a hole right here in this lid. Just one through there, and once I trim it, it'll completely go away. I'm just gonna clean up the sides real quick. and thin out the walls a little bit. All right, then I'm going to take my needle tool, and at the bottom of where I made the indent is where I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to do it slowly while holding the lid, because otherwise the lid will come flying off. And you can see here, this is where it was joined. There's no crack yet, but I'm going to take the time now to clean it up. Not only is this cleaning up this lid part a little bit, but it's also adding more compression to the lid on the inside, which also will help to prevent cracks from forming right here. Now, I know this because I went months and months not being able to get this to work properly, and I have kind of finally figured out what I need to do. Now, I like the thickness of this inner lid, so I might actually not trim that up and only trim this open a little bit and see how that looks. You want to do a little bit at a time because you can always take more off, but you'll never be able to add more in. So literally just a sliver, and I'm going to check. Like, it needs a little bit more. Again, okay. Before I do any more, I'm going to flip it over and trim the bottom. I don't want to flip it over when this is too thin, because then I could warp that side too. I'm going to flip it over, clean up my wheel first, and I'm going to give this some of a foot. I always enjoy a beveled edge on my pieces. I just like the way that they look. And I'm going to flip it back over one last time. Now, if I did trim the lid, I would flip it over, add a little bit of water on the rim, and lay it down. I have a mirror here, so I can easily see if it is level. And I would just use my finger on the side here to make sure it's nice and even before I do a little bit of pressure in the middle here, and then trim it up a little bit. But like I said, I kind of like the thickness of it right now, so I might just leave it. I'm going to take a little bit more out from the inside. And that might do it right there. Sure did. So now you have this jar, and you can decide to thin out the wall even more to make this a little bit more flush. The lid and the jar part kind of just go into one, like they're very nicely together. My lid right here is a little bit thin, but I'm okay with it because I am going to add one of my desk friends, like a little guy. I'm going to add to the top here. So that will hopefully give it a little bit more structure. The other key for these one form pieces is that they dry so slow and controlled. So in a bin for a long time until they're almost bone dry. That might mean like a week or a week and a half that they are just in a lidded bin. And often in the beginning stages of drying, I might keep them completely separate in the bin, because this does not allow for that much airflow, but this certainly does. So, or even this. And that is how I do my lidded jars.
I just wanna go out and walk with you. Baby, you know I just like to talk with you. You don't have to tell me anything that's new. I just wanna go out and walk with you.
So we went to the thrift store this morning. I am attempting to stock up my drapery for the Ren Fair. I have some visions of tying up some drapes and curtains on the sides and kind of having that be my walls. One, thrifting for your market supplies is elite, honestly. It's much cheaper, often very high quality or kind of what you're looking for. And more unique than anybody else's stuff. Also, having different curtains draped that are the same vibe but not all matchy sounds very Ren Fair vibes to me. So I am a month and 1 week away from Ren Fair starting, so every now and then I'm gonna go and see if I can find some more, and then at that point if I have to order some I will, but I'm gonna do my first attempt in thrifting them. I also have to tell you some things that I have been keeping from you during the filming of this video over the past week or two. Some things have been in the works and now they've all come true, and I'm very overwhelmed and I would like to share it with you. First, I have 6 orders to pack up right now, which was very unexpected. But yesterday I was taking pictures and uploading them to my website for the desk friends that I have available right now. And I didn't even really promote them ahead of time. I just said onto my Instagram that my shop was updated, go check it out. And yesterday I got 6 orders for 6 different desk friends. So we're making 6 boxes, and after nap today we're gonna go to the post office and drop those off right away. I need to order more tape. Getting that many orders was so unexpected that I actually shut the website down again because I only have like 15 or 20 desk friends left after that, and I cannot run out of my stock before market starts. And today I'm gonna hopefully work on the next round and make about 30 or 40 desk friends in the next week. Because the other thing is I got a DM. Well, hold on. Let's go get these orders real quick. I'm also in the middle of deep cleaning the studio, so don't look at any of this. 3, 4, 5, what am I forgetting? Each of these orders has 1 desk friend in them. So I sold 2 wormy cats, a skull mushy, pizza raccoon, and 2 sleepy dragons. I need a better desk situation. I'm not really sure what that looks like yet. So like I was saying, I got a DM the other day for a desk friend. Yeah, no problem. I can do that. Oh, one of them someone's picking up in person, so I need a bag, not a box. And I started asking questions like what they're looking for and time frame and stuff like that. And come to find out, they want 10 desk friends. Oh, yes. Each one of these guys is $30, except the dragons are $40. That would be $300. I offered her a discount and said we'll do $250 instead of $300 because it's such a big order. I felt like that was like a good thing to do, and she just thumbs upped me and Venmoed me $300 instead of $250. So I have the best customers ever. She did not have to do that. So I'm gonna start working on those 10 desk friends, and I would like to have like close to 50 more desk friends before market season starts. Not that I bring 50 to a market, but if I sold 25 or 30 each day and I have a 2-day market the first weekend of my market season in May, then I really, really would like to be prepared. So it's just like desk friends and mugs from here on out. I feel like time is going so quickly that I'm like, am I gonna run out of time to make all the market prep I want to before market season comes? It looks like I'm out of packing paper, so I'm gonna have to start using my bubble wrap that I always reuse. Like, this is all like stuff that my husband gets in from work from his packages, and he brings it home to me so that way I can reuse it for this. So we don't waste around here. Okay, Patrick, you got a skull mushy. And then the last like crazy news that I have right now. So the other day I got an email for a sponsorship, and trust me, I took days to panic search if this was a scam or not. It's not a scam. We briefly went back and forth, and I have accepted my first paid sponsorship, which is incredible to say. I obviously can't share anything yet, but sometime at the end of April or maybe in May, that video will come out and it will just be included in a regular video. But a paid sponsorship was one of my goals for this year. And when you start to get a sponsorship, that opens the door for so many more to come your way, because your name kind of gets out there more in the sponsorship brand land. And I would like to mention, because it's really important to me, that I only plan on taking sponsorships that I agree with or value or am comfortable connecting my name and brand to. So I do research about the brand, even if I'm familiar with them, just to make sure there's nothing alarming about them coming from their customers. And that way I feel really good about working with them. If someone were to tell me something after the fact about a brand that I, worked with, then obviously I would take that really seriously. But to the best of my knowledge, I will attempt to only work with brands that I just, get good feelings from, or that I would use myself. So those are the three big things that have happened. I notice things are quiet for a while, and then all of a sudden, multiple things happen at once, good or bad. Let me know if you're like this too, but good things are very overwhelming for me to accept that they're happening, or to fully grasp. So it was a lot. This is a lot, but I think I'm handling it okay. I'm gonna finish packing up these orders. I'm gonna start working on the desk fronts, and we're going to pack up the bisque load that is gonna fire first thing tomorrow morning. So I'll see you in a little bit to pack up the kiln. This is my favorite piece that's going in this kiln load. Probably the piece that I'm also most scared of. I hope it's not too heavy to use. I added 3 areas where you can add nails to the wall, but it's like a little trinket shelf, for your little guys. Oh, I forgot I'm gonna do some content about it. I'm gonna do a reel that's everything I made this week instead of scrolling on my phone. These guys are so cute, little cat mugs. This yarn bowl came out awesome. Thank you so much for being here. There's gonna be a few more of these market prep videos as I just keep making every week until it is the time to start markets in about a month and 1 week away. Please like and subscribe, and if you are market prepping, please leave me a comment on how that's going for you. I will see you in the next one.